All right, here we go. We're live. It's not going to be any different than any of the other events. The events already do that, where you can't see other riders. I think the radio tower is inch for inch the hardest climb in this game. And they don't call it radio tower anymore. They now call it bonus climb. I don't read a lot of Zwift literature. We still got 7 minutes, so you're good to go. You can spin in the pen on the trainer, and it's fine. You're getting power dropouts, like totally, like it goes all the way to 0. I mean, the pedaling doesn't matter. Is your power readout actually going to 0? Okay, if your power readout's going to 0, go to your pairing screen. Hit T, go to your pairing screen, unpair your trainer for controllable, and repair it. So you're having a total, like, Bluetooth and ANT dropout, and it's losing your cadence too. Do you have your ANT sensor too close to your computer? If it's a laptop, sometimes you get radio interference that way. You put it on like an extension. I would take, if you just to try it, if you're having persistent problems, take a USB extension cable, put your dongle in that, and then run it over to the trainer so it's away from your computer and see if that solves it. That does solve it for a lot of people I know. I know a lot of people who run it on laptops have that issue. If you're in Discord but not in the meetup yet, you've got 2 minutes and 8 seconds to get into the ride. Make sure you join. We're on Richmond this week. So if you're coming in late, load into Richmond, save yourself the time. But you got 2 minutes right now to get into the meetup. If you don't make the start, Richmond is a course available this week, so you can select anybody in the meetup that you're friends with on Zwift and join in late. You just won't get to our band. Shouldn't matter too much this week. Oh, yeah, that's true. They'll be able to see us, though. Yeah, you can see people. Yeah, people who are in Richmond can see us on the side of the road right now. We just can't see riders who are outside the meetup. But next week when we turn the rubber band off, it'll be good not to see other people because we don't want to get confused. And regrouping will be much easier if we can't see other people. Got about a minute left to get in. I'm on the structured recovery, so I'm topped out at top of zone 1 for the whole ride, unless I choose to take it off and do some openers. I don't want to put any fatigue whatsoever into my legs before tomorrow. I actually don't even really need to do openers because I'm not riding hard tomorrow. You're going to bed? Can you pick him up so I can kiss? Give me a big kiss. I love you.
I love you too.
Good night. All right, here we go. What was that? I'll think about it. Fan on here. Alright, that's my new goal every week, is to stump Angela. I've been given new purpose. Pickle. He's still on his free trial for like the 7th time, so he's only got a certain amount of kilometers left. I wanna know how many email addresses Paul has that he keeps getting free accounts. He's been on a free trial every other like 20 days the last 4 months. On the rubber band? Yeah, we're gonna use this course because you're gonna see. The reason we're gonna do it is because every week the sprinters have had to suffer for like 6-7 minutes on some of these climbs, and then they try to sprint and they can't really sprint, and so we're gonna turn the rubber band off because I think that you guys will get all the way up to this roundabout ahead of us probably by the time you slow down from your sprints. But this whole course is so flat that after you guys sprint right there, you can sit up, we'll be able to regroup, you'll get your wind back, and 10-15 minutes later, whatever it is, I guess wait 3 miles, so 9 minutes later, you get to do it again. That way, those that want to sprint can actually do something somewhat competitive, and the rest of us we'll still be able to keep the group together pretty easily on this course, I think. Yeah, I won't be sprinting next week. I'll keep the beacon back. And based on what I see every week, I figure if I do between 1.5 and 2, that means anyone sitting in the pack will probably have to do between 1.2 and 2 to stay with the group if they're not sprinting. That should be pretty easy. The sprinters can have their fun. And we won't do that very often because I like to advertise this as a ride where everybody can stay together. And I know that messes things up for people doing structured workouts too. If you're doing a structured workout, you're just going to go off the front during a hard interval. You know, we can't do anything about that. So we'll go back to the rubber band after next week, but we'll try it and see how it goes. And depending on how long this ride goes, you know, I still intend, even after all this stuff is over, we won't be doing this ride probably every week. It was intended to be on the third Thursday of every month. And so we'll still do it at least once a month. And maybe we'll throw a non-rubber band one into the rotation every now and then in the future too. We'll see how it goes. And I may not be here the full 90 minutes tonight, just as a heads up. If I leave, the chevron goes away, but the rest of the group will still be held together. It doesn't mess the meet up or anything like that. I have a big ride planned tomorrow, and so I don't want to do too much today. Not that I'm doing much, but just saddle time even. Yeah. Okay, so I get grief for what I do. Somebody's got to say something about that. What's funny, as we talked at the end of last week's ride, we talked about how the Innsbruck ring was such a great course because everybody basically got real motivated for that 1 minute and then could kind of chill after that. Our pace last week was, for the full 90 minutes, was I think the fastest we've ever been despite that hard climb every lap. We were actually going faster last week on Innsbruck with that climb than we're doing this week, collectively. Careful, Pickle. It's Jerry. No, it's either your fan or your trainer we can hear. kit is that Coach has? Coach Carl, the orange and black one. I like that one. Ron, is that you too? Yeah, I was gonna say now it looks like it's the watt bike. Adjust fit on those, Dave? Can you adjust the fit, or is it just kind of one size fit, or one size fits most? Well, if you can do that, then I'm definitely not ever getting one. I don't ever want to have an excuse to try a TT position. Oh yeah, I'm guessing because you could probably pretty easily go from a really relaxed fit as your, mobility and stuff came back to whatever you needed. That's kind of nice. Well, some of us do that and we never did break a hip, so. At the start of the very start of the lap, we have a pretty brutal 1.5% gradient. Yeah, no, at that 90-degree left turn at the start of the lap, there's a little bitty gradient for maybe 300-400 meters. is a very different course profile than when we did the UCI version a few weeks back. No triple climbs this week. Is that a front and orange cycling cap? Is that Ted? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, that's Ted. That's Ted. Got quite a few trackies on this ride. Got Carl, got Jerry, got Ted, got Big Dave. Who else is here? Yeah, that's true. There is no. Yeah, Christian and Sebastian are here. No, Carolyn did an outdoor ride today on the new bike. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her name in it. Oh yeah, there she is. She's back there by Eno and Christian. Why would you apologize for that? Nobody cares. It doesn't affect anything. Even if it doesn't affect you either. Yeah, see, this is the mountain on this week's route right here. Not on this route. There's no 4%. This right here isn't even a full 2. It's like 1.5. Yeah, if you look at the elevation profile when you're done, this isn't even a full 2 that we were on there. All right, now everyone recover after that climb. This is where the strong riders attack, right as you crest the climb.
coast. Ride on!
I just thought maybe he had gained 50 pounds and his power was still the same. See the sprint finish line ahead on the left here. And so right here, if you're going to sprint next week, this is where the lead out will probably kick up to full speed, because you hit the U-turn and it's pretty shortly after the U-turn here. Maybe 15, maybe. I'd say between 14 and 17, depending on how fast you're going when you hit it. It's not long. You can already see the finish banner up there. You can see the finish banner at the same time you see the start line. That little green marker on the right side is where the timer starts. So here we go. I was at 26:52. We'll see how long it takes the group. Ted over there at 13. That's a sprinter sprint. So with my rubber band on, that was 28 seconds of me doing nothing. So if you're really sprinting for that, you're going to be, I would guess, probably, like I said, 14 to 17, if you're not constrained by the rubber band. Sorry, what was that? I don't know. I just timed mine mentally. I'm on a structured workout right now, so I didn't see my actual times. But anyone who's not doing a structured workout should be able to see their individual times for it. Yeah, but without the rubber band, I have a feeling some of these guys, I mean, if Ted was putting out 13 watts a kilo right there, I think he'll break 15 seconds if that's what he's doing. You can do that in the actual events with the fences. Like you can turn the fence on or off, and you can actually even adjust the fence distance mid-ride. But yeah, meetups, we don't have the flexibility to adjust anything once it's started. Right. I mean, I assume that the flexibility will be there. I think that the programming is there just based on the fact that what they do with the group rides already has something like that allowance. So I think meetups have also been pushed along by the fact that so many people are doing them right now with the quarantine situation. They're pumping a lot more development into the meetup feature. Yeah, that's why clubs are probably coming sooner than they originally planned. That's why meetups have been beefed up a bit. I think we'll probably, by the end of the next month, see a few more features based on the newer user base and how those features are being utilized more than some of the traditional things that were in the game before. Meetups have also, I think, been a really big thing for coaches and teams that still have been training together during this. Because, you know, if you've got 3 riders you're coaching or that are on your team and you're all scheduled for a workout on Wednesday, you're all at different powers, you can all jump in here together. And, you know, if I can't keep up with you, you know, I can still be in the meetup as your coach or as another rider and kind of monitor what's going on with the other riders in the meetup. You can even share the same workout. You know, if I develop a custom workout, I send you guys a file, you throw it into your custom workout folder, we're all doing the exact same workout, you know, whenever it is that we're scheduled to do it. So I think there's been a lot of that too with coaching and small team training that meetups have really helped during this. And quite frankly, is a pretty great tool. I mean, even under non-quarantine situations. Ideally, yeah, we'd all love to be out on the road training. You know, if it's a Tuesday night, somebody lives in Bel Air, somebody lives in Conroe, and somebody lives on the east side. Hey, why don't we just do our group ride on Zwift on the weeknight evening, and we'll get some, you know, schedule some outdoor training on the weekend and blah, blah, blah. And you don't have to deal with the tech side of it. You know, like if you're trying to do I know a lot of people will do like a Zoom workout, stuff like that, but you know, there's all sorts of things with the time sync on that. And you know, if I say, okay, now hit the sprint, we're going for 30 seconds hard, here comes the interval, and there's a buffering or a, you know, whatever, and you get that coming in 6 seconds late, everyone's not really synced up, whatever. Zwift eliminates all that. Trainer Road is kind of dipping their toes in that pool now too with their group workouts. But that's I think Trainer Road obviously is geared for those people who are, well, no, who are very seriously training. Whereas Zwift is, I would say, can be for serious, but is also targeted much more for casual riders. There's nobody casual, I don't think, on Trainer Road. Trainer Road is for racers who are on periodization plans. I think that's their market, and that's the only people they try to market to is people who are training for actual triathlon, bike race, whatever events. They're not looking to recruit casual cyclists who just want to, might, but that's not who they're aiming their product at. Well, I think Zwift is for everybody. You can do everything with Zwift. I still use Trainer. I use both. I still use Trainer Road. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it does what it does infinitely better than Zwift does. But I also love that they work together. Because I'm not one of those people who can watch a TV show while I'm doing intervals. I just can't watch my power and the bars go across the screen on Trainer Road. I can't do that. Or just watch the clock. If I watch this, and I see a dude that's 300 meters up the road, and I'm in a VO2 interval, I got something else to focus on. Like I'm actually pulling somebody back or something, So I like combining the two. Yeah, I really like that Zwift has rolled out kind of the prepackaged stuff. Some of them I think are terrible, but some of them are really good. You just have to kind of look at them. And you guys are smart enough to know, like, Eno's not going to look at the plan and be like, oh, that's terrible, I'm still going to do it. But sometimes I worry about newer riders looking at like their gravel training plan or whatever they call it. Like, I don't know what that plan is trying to train people for. And that's the beauty of it. That's why the one thing that Trainer Road has put in that I think is fantastic is their calendar builder now. You basically put in your dates for your events and your A events, kind of like you used to have to manually do on Training Peaks or something. And it will develop a plan for you. Tell them how many hours you want to do a week. So if you're riding, if you've got 12 hours to train a week, you tell them what days you want off if you want any off days. You can move your easy days around. And it'll build a periodization plan with pace, skills, everything into it, and you just follow the plan. It's developed by people who understand coaches, coaching, physiology, nutrition, all that stuff, and it's really good. It really is a fantastic tool. I'm a big fan of structured plans and periodization, obviously, but I think that the more things that come out take the guesswork out of it. And obviously, if you want to hire a coach, you're going to get probably better results and more nuanced analysis and stuff like that. I don't think that's debatable. But for the average person, to be able to quickly create their own plans or to grab a plan that kind of helps them do what they want to do, I think that's fantastic just for everybody in general. I can assure you I would not be. I think I did like 20 miles outdoors last month and like 1,050 on Zwift. I would consider it. I'd probably just go. I don't think it would work out, but I actually debated if I was going to do it outside. I was like, well, I'll just go do laps around Tomball Memorial over here. You know, it's a 4-corner crit basically. And with 2 corners that don't have any traffic, and then 2 stop signs at the other 2 corners with almost no traffic. And I'm like, I could get away with doing that for 24 hours there. Set up my feed station base in the parking lot of the high school, and well, I'm doing, you know, no, I wouldn't have any way to stay engaged. The beautiful part of Zwift, though, is honestly, it's not just, I mean, because they could have made a video game. I mean, there are other apps, you know, Sufferfest, Full Gas, stuff like that, where you're doing simulations. Some of them actually give you real footage, where, you know, you can go climb the Koppenberg or something and see the footage as you're pedaling. But to me, the beauty of Zwift is the social nature of it. You're actually riding, and other people are participating. You know, it's the illusion of riding with other people. Like right now, I mean, we're talking. I don't feel like I'm riding. I'm doing more talking than I would if we were riding outdoors together. So yeah, the social aspect of Zwift, I think, is why they're the. It's not that they were first. It's not even necessarily that they're the best, although you could probably make that argument in a broad sense. They are the best now. But it's that they took something that is inherently miserable to do alone. You know, before this, we were all just in our garages, you know, maybe watching TV or whatever, or maybe just staring at a clock. I don't know. That's what I used to do. Is just I have my intervals written out on a piece of paper, and I would look at the clock. And now, you know, it's not the same as riding a bike, but it is an adequate substitute for when you can't be outdoors. And obviously, even the social aspect of it wouldn't have worked if we didn't also simultaneously, and I think they've helped each other grow, but if we didn't have controllable trainers sort of developing alongside and now kind of in tandem, if we were all just riding along on a trainer and you didn't get any feedback, and some people still don't, you know, when they ride it, but it is a different experience when you hit a climb on the screen and it feels like you're climbing it, you know, that does change things. Yeah, there are, I mean, you see all throughout the history of the world, there are things that have just come along coincidentally at the same time that have worked out well. No, Tony. It's when you and Tony get together, I don't have to talk at all. It's nice. Man, I don't know how I'm going to sit on this bike seat for 24 straight hours on a trainer. Yeah, when the bike's not moving, it... Yeah, I feel like I almost might need to put like clip-on bars on my trainer bike just so I can change positions or something. Yeah, I'll probably be bailing at the hour mark, guys, just to save my butt a little bit for tomorrow. Like I said, the chevron, the beacon will disappear, but the meetup itself will be, yeah, it'll still be rubber banded. I had an internet issue either last week or 2 weeks ago. Dropped out for like 2 minutes, came back, everybody was still together, so it was fine. Yeah, like I said, just move the dongle away from your computer. See if that helps. Oh, it doesn't need to be more than 3 or 4 feet away, and that's more than enough. I mean, obviously, the closer you can put the sensor on your bike, the better, but it doesn't really. I think mine's a 4-foot cord, maybe. All right, good ride. See you next week. Take care. Yeah, I can't always see Discord and the rider list at the same time, so I always know who's where. know, Big Dave quietly disappeared a while ago. I don't even think I have a gear that I could. Like, you have to be in your 3628 to be doing that. Yeah, but you're using both legs. Well, if he's got a hurt leg, he's still not pushing with it. I like his answer was, yeah, sure. Like, no, I still wouldn't be. I don't feel like it. So did you guys see my message in the KC chat about my fajitas earlier? I went and I don't know, I don't eat meat, so my wife Laney was super excited about that. We got fajitas tonight. Takeout fajitas for Mother's Day, for those of you who weren't part of that conversation. And what I didn't realize, you know, I'm sure if you went through like a Subway or something like that, their prices are probably static because their workers are paid hourly. When you go to a restaurant with wait staff, you know, the people who are now serving curbside and takeout and whatever, they're not going to come in and do that for $2.13 an hour with no tips. So the restaurants have had to raise their pay to get them to come in and work. Well, there has been a substantial inflation in takeout prices apparently as a result. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. About, you know, if they went from $2.13 an hour to 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever it happens, I don't know what it is, but and they're having to pay them that to get them to come in. Well, of course they're going to have to raise the price of their food. It was mind-blowingly expensive. Well, minimum wage has never applied to wait staff. All right, later, Christian. Good ride. Yeah, but so had a little bit of sticker shock bringing home what was essentially our Mother's Day meal tonight. It's the first time we've eaten out since this whole thing started. We've basically just been, well, not basically, we have, everything's been homemade up until that point, and then now I was like, what just happened? But you know, it's but you know, it's like I'm okay paying it and I still tipped them on top of it. I don't even know if I had to do that just because, you know, thank you guys for showing up and working and getting us some food. And then two, like, what else can I do for Mother's Day as far as, you know, we can't go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, they could have charged, I mean, as much as it was, they could have charged double that, and I was still like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Because under the circumstances, that is the best I can do for Mother's Day, you know? That feels bad, but it's worth doing, and it keeps those guys working, so it works out for everyone. But it was still very surprising. Yep. Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, you're gonna have to turn that hydroponics box back into a coffin if you're not, you know. There you go. That could be your money-making scheme during the quarantine. I know. Consider last week we were almost at 19 on that route to climb. I still can't believe we were that strong last week. That was really impressive, honestly, collectively. It depends on how well your trainer's dialed in as far as your spin downs. I find that, generally speaking, if I have my power dialed in and my trainer calibrated correctly, it's not really that different. Like if I'm putting out this same power on the road consistently, if there, you know, all things being equal, if there's no headwind or something, it's relatively close. Well, you also had a trainer that wobbled for months. almost everybody went there. Yeah, it was almost everybody went. I don't know if it'll be good, but it'll be tomorrow. 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday. Good night, guys.